buying a house, buying a car is the most important financial decision that we make. As Americans, we hold on to our vehicle for approximately eight years, and we drive in our car for 61 minutes per day. A vehicle is a luxury, but oftentimes also a necessity. So if something goes wrong, then we're halted. Today, I want to talk about a couple recent stories that happened to me and what I'm going to be doing in the future to try and prevent them. So this goes back to early November of this past year. I was driving home from the arcade bar with my girlfriend, a couple miles down the road from my house. On my way home, I drove down a road that was clearly the wrong decision, and I noticed it right as I got on. There were people partying all down the street. They were drinking, they were swerving, they were doing donuts, and later find out that they were shooting their guns in the air as well for celebration. It's safe to say that I don't live in the best neighborhood. But as I'm driving down the street, I have two cars in front of me. The first one is making a really slow U-turn, and the one that's directly in front of me starts to reverse. I'm restricted by only using my horn, so that's what I decided to do. The driver then comes to a stop, and then takes this as a sign of disrespect, floors it back into my truck, and peels off. Thankfully, not before my girlfriend was able to snap a picture of his license plate. But there was no major damage to my truck, no injuries to the girl. When I get home, I assess the damage. There's a small dent in my truck, and it's unhinged from either side of the bumper. So then I have to debate with the insurance companies for 2 months long. I end up getting an $850 check for a $1,000 repair. Moving on from that to a random Monday morning in the middle of December. I'm getting ready for work. It's 8 a.m. I go out to my truck, and something's missing. It's my truck. My truck's missing. So, obviously I'm confused, but I let my mind settle a little bit and called the police. Sure enough, they're not towing on the road, so yes, it is stolen. Days go by. I think I'm never going to see my truck again. I imagine it's just gone. Same day, take it to a chop shop, scrap for parts, like totally dismantled. But to my surprise, I receive a phone call a week later saying that they recovered my truck. So as you can imagine, I'm ecstatic. I'm thrilled until I get to my truck. The police had it at their impound lot, and everything was stolen from the inside. The wheel was totally busted. And then when I went to put the key into the keyhole and start the ignition, the truck wouldn't start. So I had to pay first off, had to pay the police impound fee. Then I had to pay a tow fee to get it back to my house. And then I had to pay a locksmith to come over and put in a new keyhole and key, which of course didn't work. So then, after watching a few YouTube videos, I decided to hotwire my truck and drive it to the mechanic without a license plate because of course that was stolen too. Fast forward 7 weeks to today, I still don't have my truck, and all that they have to show for is a fixed up bumper. To make a couple long stories short, I'm going to be going through some preventative measures in the future to stop any of this from happening. I have 4 steps. Number 1, I'm going to get a dash cam. Now the dash cam wouldn't have stopped the first incident from happening, but it definitely would have saved me a lot of time and stress from debating with the insurance companies. Number 2, I'm going to get a wheel lock. Now a wheel lock is exactly what it sounds like. It's a lock that goes on your wheel. So hopefully that if any robber or thief wants to walk by and see that, then it's going to prevent them from stealing the truck, but also prevent them from breaking in the truck to begin with. 3, I'm going to get a tracker. So if for whatever reason I forget to put on the wheel lock or they're able to bypass it, I'm at least able to locate my truck. And then number 4, I got new house cameras. So we had house cameras, but they only provided the live footage and it didn't store the data, and we had 2 that were like perfectly in line with where the truck was supposed to be, but it didn't pick up and was basically useless. So we've already installed new house cameras. Once I get my truck back, I've already implemented some of these, but I'm gonna finish the rest of them, because I never was imagined that any of this was gonna happen, even though this isn't the first time I've had a vehicle stolen. Thank you.